I'm Tyler Austin from Gungnir Strategic. Thank you so much for watching. I'm out here getting ready to do a night shoot, basically just waiting for the sun to go down and for it to get dark. And I thought I'd do a super quick video regarding the truth, quote unquote, about high mounts. Every time that I post a video regarding high mounts specifically, or most of the time when I post a video that has nothing to do with high mounts, but people see particularly this guy right here, right, this my 11.5 BCM with the learn amount, people will make the dumbest comments you could possibly ever imagine. All you have to do is go look at, especially some of my shorts, and you'll see some really pretty retarded comments regarding these. And I thought I'd dispel some of the myths regarding high mounts, or at least some of the stupid comments regarding high mounts. It's really not a myth if you actually know, if you actually have any sort of intelligence when it comes to these. So one of the first ones I'm going to break is, apparently, according to a lot of people, these high mounts are impossible or extremely hard to use in any sort of close range engagement due to the height over bore and therefore your holdover. Now this is a pretty ridiculous one, but I'm just going to go ahead and break that. The demo gun I'm going to use is actually going to be this AKP. This is a 10.5 inch 7.62 gun, and I have a overbore systems mount on there. Now, with this particular mount on top of this rifle and this railed dust cover here, this is probably the highest height over bore red dot that I have on a gun. It's probably even a little higher than that learn amount, just due to again, just because it's an AK and I'm mounting it on top of a rail dust cover, which sets the optic a little higher anyways. So this has about a 4.5 inch offset, which is a pretty high offset for a red dot. The learn amount has probably 4.25, maybe a little bit more. But yeah, so this is what I'm going to be using as the demo gun for this entire video. So the first stupid comment, or myth if you want to call it that I'm going to debunk, if you will, is that these tall mounts are impossible to use in short range engagements due to their tall height over bore. And to help demonstrate this, I brought a head. So I'm going to engage this head at probably, let's just call it 10 yards. And actually, to even make it even harder, I'll make it into a hostage target. How about that? And we can see just how hard it is to engage and make even precision shots with, in this case, about a 4.5 inch height over bore offset. So let's see if this is actually possible. All right, so I have my head over there about 10 or so yards, where the hostage target is just a cardboard target. So let's see if this is really possible with this horrible 4.5 inch red dot offset. We'll see if it's really possible. I'll even put it on the timer. So let's see. All right, I did that in 1.17. So let's see where that landed. All right, it looks like we have a miracle here. It hit him literally square between the eyes. Now, according to the internet, this isn't possible, but it's almost like if you know what your holdover is, all you have to do is practice and train your holdover. Just like you would practice if your holdover was 2.5 inches or 3 inches or 2 inches. 4 or 4.5 inches really isn't that big of a difference. It's just a slightly higher holdover. So don't read the comments, or at least don't listen to them. Read the comments and laugh at them. But in terms of people who say, oh, this 4.5 inch or 4 inch offset thing, these tall mounts are ridiculous. What a crazy height over bore. You have to aim at someone's head to shoot them in the chest. All this stupid shit. It's complete nonsense. All right, so the next ridiculous one is that it's super hard, if not impossible, to shoot things at range with this height over bore, because it's going to mess all of your trajectories, and your holdovers are going to be completely crazy. Again, another ridiculous one. So I have set up a target. It might be hard for you guys to see, but a target out. It's a very white dot all the way in the back. That is about 250 yards away, give or take. And yeah, so again, 10.5-inch AKP. This is 7.62 by 39, of course, and I'm shooting 30-year-old Wolf ammo. So let's see if I can actually hit that target at give or take 250 yards away with this crazy 4.5-inch height over bore offset. I apologize for the camera angle, but this is the best I could do to get myself as far back as possible. So I'll do like 3 rounds. How about that? So let's see if it's actually possible. Ooh. My biggest problem is it's actually really hard to see that target, especially with the red dot on. It's starting to get dark out here. But anyways, let's go see if I was actually able to hit that thing. All right, sorry guys, it's starting to get dark out here. But here are my 3 shots. One hit him in the head, one center mass of the chest, and one went a little bit low left. Honestly, I'm pretty happy with that because I literally had to turn the dot down to its night vision setting and use a super, super barely visible dot to aim this because it's so hard to actually see this target through that red dot under these conditions. Again, it's starting to get real dark out here, so if I had it on a non-night vision setting, the dot just completely obscured the target. So, but there you go. It is absolutely possible. Again, this was at about 250 yards, 10.5-inch AK with that 4.5-inch offset using 30-year-old Wolf ammo. So, yeah, again, it comes down to one of these things, know your holdovers. I know what my holdover, or actually technically it's a hold under, at 200 yards for this 4.5-inch offset at the range I have at 0, which is 36 yards, by the way. So, absolutely possible. All right, it's starting to get real dark out here, so I'm going to have to wrap this up. But the last one I'm going to talk about today is people will say, oh, it's impossible to use these tall mounts when you're shooting from improvised positions, let's say, or non-standard positions like rollover prone or supine or whatever. I have 3 rounds left in this magazine, so let's just go ahead and, well, let's see if that's possible. Let's just start with supine. Let's just see. Nope, just fine. Didn't have any problems. How about rollover prone? Just fine too. How about rollover prone on the other side? Just fine. No issues at all. Finding a dot and aiming the dot from those improvised positions or non-standard positions, not hard at all. In fact, I find it quite a bit easier because, compared to a low mount, because I don't have to get so low on the gun actually in order to find that dot. So I find the high mount's actually easier in those positions, but that's just me. Either way, just kind of more or less like a snarky video for some of the comments I get in regards to these tall mounts. I get a whole bunch of them, most of which are just completely stupid. So here I am dispelling some of those. Anyways, I hope you found this video helpful, informative, or at least entertaining. If you did, please like and subscribe. Also consider subscribing to either my player or my Patreon accounts. Links are down in the description below, of course. I'm Tyler Austin from Gungnir Strategic. Thank you so much for watching.